Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger, and it's time to take a look at the very first League Talks question. Remember, if you have any questions that you want to ask for League Talks, you can send them to me at angryhoneybadger@hotmail.com, or you can send me a private message on YouTube and label it League Talks. So the very first question we have for League Talks is coming from Shmapoo1, maybe? That's her name? I don't know. Anyways, so his question is, who is your favorite champ in LoL, and who do you think is the easiest one to play? Pretty good question. Now, I don't think that I can specifically narrow down my favorite champion to just one. So I'll do a top 5. And just off the top of my head, it's probably going to have to be Mordekaiser, Graves, Victor, Trundle, and Jax. And I'll give you a few reasons why I picked those champions. As for Mordekaiser, he's going to be up there for the longest time. He was one of my first main champions that I played in League, and I had a really good success with him early on in the game, and nowadays it's a little almost unfair when I play him, in my opinion, because I seem to win a lot of games with him. He's pretty easy, probably because he's kind of overpowered, but that's a completely different other topic we can talk about later. But Mord's up there. As for Graves, he's been nerfed what feels like a million times, but he's still one of the most powerful AD carries in the game. He's also pretty simple to play. He's kind of up towards the top for easy mode for people, but he's just going to be up there for me because I've had great success with him. He's always fun, and he was really, really refreshing when he came out. As an AD carry, it just seemed like there was nobody quite like him. He wasn't super weird by any means, but he was fun. Victor's on the list because not a lot of people play him. I play him and like his kit. I think he's just different. He was one of the newer weird champions, in my opinion, to come out with just a slightly different kit, and he is a lot of fun for me to play. Trundle's on the list because I don't think he gets enough respect, and he's also probably in my top 3 junglers, or for powerful junglers at least. So Trundle's up there, and then Jax is up there because Jax is just, his jumping around super fun, his stun is fun, his dodging, all of his stuff. If you get a little bit ahead with Jax, you can just pretty much steamroll anyone. So those are probably my top 5, and give or take a few champions will jump up and down in the list. I used to have tons of fun with Akali and with Volibear and a bunch of other champions, but for the most part, my top 5 are those. Now, as for the easiest champion for someone to play, I think there's more than one, but I think I'm going to pretty much just pick to focus on Garen as being the easiest. He's got a very simple kit to use. There's not a lot you can really do to mess it up. You can pop up your Q, which is your silence, and you can pretty much just, you can have it activated, and you don't have to use it right away, so all you had to do is run up to him, click him, and then you'll use it. You have his spin, and you have his shield, which speeds him up and gives him all that nice speed, and the shield, and then you have your ultimate, which does magic damage, so a lot of people forget about that. So if they don't build any magic resist against him, that's going to really, really hurt. So in theory, you can pop your shield up, run at him all fast, pop up your silence, start to spin all over their face, and then drop your ultimate from the sky. It's just ridiculous. He does plenty of damage. You can build him full tank, and he still puts out plenty of damage. You can build him with more attack damage, and he just does even more damage, and he still has decent survivability. He can stay in lane for the longest time because he's got a great passive that gives him his health back. So I think as for the easiest champion all-arounder would probably be Garen. His kit's simple. He's effective to play. I personally recommend him for anybody newer at League of Legends. He's very, very good when you're a low-level character. Learn how to use him effectively, and it's going to be very rewarding. So he's going to be up there. As I mentioned, Graves isn't the hardest to play. He's pretty effective. His passive also helps him stay alive in a fight early, so he can be very good AD carry. Mordekaiser is a borderline easy champion. Some people really hate his kit and think it's tough to use because it just takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you learn him effectively, he is super, super overpowered for the most part. So as for easy champions, I'd say that those are probably up there. Now, champions to avoid that aren't easy, in case you just don't know, you're going to want to avoid skill shot champions. Champions like Ezreal, who's pretty much really skill shotty based for some of his stuff. Ahri, although she does decent enough damage and it can be very rewarding to play her, she does have a couple skill shots or skill shot type things that you need to get used to. Like if you can never land a taunt with Ahri, like you probably shouldn't play Ahri, because that is one of the nice things with her. You can separate someone from the enemy team with a taunt. But if you can't ever land a taunt, then, she's obviously not going to be the most effectively used with you. So those are my little lists of champions that are easy to play, my favorite 5, and then a few just, skill shotty based champions that you got to be careful with if you are newer to the game, and that's going to be too tough for you. But other than that, guys, that is going to be it for this first League Talks video. If you have a question that you would like to ask me and I can answer in the form of a video like this, you can send them to me at angryhoneybadger@hotmail.com, or you can send me a private message on YouTube. Label it as a League Talks question. Send me the question and I can answer it that way too. Other than that, guys, I'll just probably see you in the next video.